This is an imaginary dialogue between Alexander Graham Bell and a contemporary version of Steve Jobs as he is alive today. They are talking about smartphones and communication technology advancements since Bell's time. Enjoy.
Steve Jobs. Alexander, it's fascinating to meet you. The world of communication has transformed dramatically since your invention. Today, we have smartphones, devices that fit in our pockets yet connect us to the entire world. They're not just phones, they're powerful computers with applications for everything you can imagine, even AI systems like ChatGPT that can converse and provide information.
Alexander, this is indeed remarkable, Steve. In my time, the concept of carrying a personal device that could do all this was beyond imagination. Tell me more about these applications and this AI you mentioned.
Well, Alexander, these applications, or apps as we call them, range from simple tools like calculators to complex ones like ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an AI that can chat, answer questions, write essays, and more. It's like having a library and a personal assistant in your pocket.
Astounding! The telephone was designed to transmit voice, but what you describe is a leap beyond that. It's as though you've miniaturized and combined multiple forms of communication and information into one device.
Exactly. And it's not just about communication. Smartphones are an extension of ourselves. They store our memories, manage our daily tasks, and even monitor our health. They've become so integral that some say they're like a new appendage for the human body.
A new appendage, you say? That's a bold statement. I envision the telephone as a means to connect people, but this level of integration with our lives and bodies seems both fascinating and, frankly, a bit concerning.
It's a debate we often have. While smartphones enhance our abilities, they also raise questions about dependency and privacy. The balance between utility and intrusion is a fine line.
Indeed. In my day, the advent of the telephone changed social interactions. How has the smartphone further altered these dynamics?
Smartphones have revolutionized social interactions in profound ways. They allow instant communication and access to information, but they also create a sort of always-on culture where the distinction between personal and public space is blurred. People are more connected than ever, yet there's a debate about the depth of these connections.
That's intriguing. With the telephone, we hope to bridge distances. It seems smartphones have taken this to a new level, but I wonder if this constant connectivity comes at the cost of real, meaningful human interaction.
It's a paradox of our time. While smartphones connect us with people worldwide, they can also isolate us from those physically close to us. But they're also a window to what I'd call a multiverse, a platform where users create and immerse themselves in diverse realities, from social media to virtual worlds.
A multiverse, you say? That concept would have seemed purely fictional in my time. It's fascinating how these devices not only connect people, but also create new realities.
Yes, and this leads us to the ethical considerations of such technology. The power to create and access these realities brings with it responsibilities and challenges, especially regarding data privacy, misinformation, and the psychological impact of constant connectivity.
The ethical dimension is indeed crucial. The potential for misuse and the societal impact of such powerful technology must be carefully considered. It's a far cry from simply improving human communication.
Absolutely. As we look to the future, we must balance innovation with responsibility, ensuring that these advancements serve humanity's best interests. Alexander, hearing about your time and the inception of the telephone, I'm curious. What were the biggest challenges you faced in inventing the telephone, especially considering the technological limitations of your era?
Well, Steve, the journey was fraught with challenges. The biggest obstacle was the lack of existing technology or even a scientific understanding of how voice could be transmitted electronically. We were venturing into uncharted territory.
That's incredible. We often take for granted the accumulated knowledge that makes today's innovations possible.
Indeed. Another major challenge was the materials and tools available to us. We had to innovate not just with ideas, but also with the physical construction of the device. The precision and miniaturization you see in smartphones were simply unimaginable in my time.
I can only imagine. The process of miniaturization and integration in devices like smartphones took decades of incremental advancements.
Precisely. And don't forget the societal challenges. Introducing a new technology like the telephone meant not only inventing it, but also convincing people of its value and potential. It was a radical idea to communicate with someone, not in the same room.
That's a universal truth for all inventors and innovators. We faced similar skepticism when we first introduced the iPhone. People didn't realize they needed a smartphone until they had one.
Exactly. Overcoming skepticism and inertia is perhaps as challenging as the technical obstacles. One must not only create, but also inspire. Additionally, securing funding and support for research was a constant struggle. We were often on the verge of giving up, but perseverance and a bit of luck helped us through.
Your perseverance changed the world. It's a testament to the human spirit's capacity to overcome barriers and make the impossible possible.
Steve, considering the vast leap from my rudimentary telephone to today's AI-integrated smartphones, could you describe the key intermediate steps that led to this remarkable evolution?
Certainly, Alexander. After your invention, the next major leap was the development of wireless communication, which eventually led to the first mobile phones. These were initially bulky and limited, but set the stage for what was to come.
Wireless communication. That in itself is a leap I would have loved to see.
Indeed. Then, in the 1990s, we saw the emergence of the first smartphones. These combined the functions of a mobile phone with those of a personal digital assistant, allowing for more than just voice communication.
A digital assistant, you say? Fascinating.
Yes, and from there, the advancements accelerated. We saw the integration of the internet, which turned smartphones into gateways to the world's information. Then came the era of apps, which transformed smartphones into versatile tools for countless tasks.
It seems each step built significantly on the previous one.
Exactly. The next big step was the development of touchscreen technology, which made smartphones more intuitive and user-friendly. This was crucial for mass adoption.
Touchscreen. That must have been a radical shift. So it's a continuum of communication, computing, and now artificial intelligence. It's like watching a child grow, with each stage building upon the last.
Perfectly put. Each advancement not only expanded capabilities, but also fundamentally changed how we interact with technology and each other.
This journey from your description is nothing short of miraculous. It's like a series of doors opening, one after the other, each leading to a room grander than the last.
And the journey is far from over. We're now exploring the integration of augmented reality, further blurring the lines between the physical and digital worlds. Alexander, let me take you a step further into the future from where we are today. The next big thing we're working on at Apple is Apple Vision Pro, our take on smart glasses that integrate augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR.
Smart glasses? That sounds like something out of a science fiction novel.
It does, doesn't it? But it's very real. These glasses are designed to overlay digital information onto the physical world. Imagine walking down the street, and your glasses display navigation directions, or you look at a restaurant, and they show reviews and menu highlights.
That's incredible. How do they work?
They use a combination of advanced optics, sensors, and computing power to create this seamless integration. The glasses can recognize objects and environments, and then AR technology adds digital elements to the real world in real time.
So it's like having a computer that you wear on your eyes, which interacts with what you see.
Exactly. And with VR capability, they can also create completely immersive experiences, where you're transported to a different world entirely, whether for gaming, education, or virtual travel.
This must have profound implications for how people interact with their environment and with each other.
Definitely. It's about enhancing and augmenting our daily experiences. For instance, in education, students could take virtual field trips to ancient Rome or inside the human body.
That's an educator's dream. The potential for learning is immense.
And it's not just learning. Think about shopping. You could try on clothes virtually or see how furniture looks in your home before buying it.
The practical applications seem endless. But what about the social impact? How do you see these affecting human interaction?
That's a crucial point. While there's potential for greater engagement and shared experiences, there's also the risk of becoming too absorbed in a digital world and losing touch with the physical one.
A double-edged sword, much like the telephone and the smartphone. Each advance brings new benefits and new challenges.
Absolutely. It's about finding the right balance. We envision these glasses not as a replacement for real-world experiences, but as a tool to enhance them.
It's a continuation of the journey of innovation, isn't it? A journey that started with simple voice transmission and now extends to altering our very perception of reality.
Building upon the idea of smart glasses, let's take it a step further. Imagine, Alexander, contact lenses equipped with VR/AR capabilities or even neural implants, completely changing our experience of reality.
Contact lenses and neural implants? That sounds like something from a world of pure imagination.
Indeed, but it's a possibility we're moving towards. These contact lenses would function similarly to the smart glasses but be even more seamless, virtually undetectable.
To think that the eyes, once only receivers of light, could become interactive interfaces with digital information. It's astounding.
And with neural implants, we're talking about interfacing directly with the brain, bypassing traditional sensory pathways. It's the ultimate convergence of technology and biology.
This is beyond anything I could have ever envisioned. Communicating not just through sound, but through thought, perception, and even emotion.
Exactly. What started with your invention in 1875 has set us on a path to a form of communication that's not just about sharing words, but entire experiences and sensory realities.
It's a testament to the power of human innovation and curiosity. One invention paving the way for an entire cascade of developments.
Your work laid the foundation for this incredible journey. It's a journey that's about enhancing human connection, understanding, and experience.
I'm profoundly moved to see how far we've come. And yet, I sense we are only at the beginning of what's possible. Thank you, Steve, for this enlightening conversation and for showing me a glimpse of the future.
Thank you, Alexander, for setting us on this path. It's been an honor discussing these possibilities with you.
And with that, our fascinating dialogue between Alexander Graham Bell and Steve Jobs comes to a close. It's been a journey through the history and future of communication technology, exploring how one invention has led to a world of possibilities.